Sean Murphy at the Atlantic City Convention Center. Coming up, the biggest high-stakes fantasy football draft on the East Coast. How big is it? I'm holding $3,000 of cold hard cash, and that's just one door prize. But first, let's take a look at some Week 2 matchups and some players to watch. The setting, the Atlantic City Convention Center.
It's going to be an awesome event.
The event, Payday Sports' first annual high-stakes fantasy football draft.
This is the first one that Atlantic City has ever seen. It's the largest on the East Coast. We have a grand prize of $60,000 today for these guys. But our whole philosophy was we really wanted to give back to these players because since it is high stakes and these guys aren't, it's not your basement fantasy football league where they're putting up $50 or $100. These guys are putting up a lot of money.
How much money? 36 two-person teams paid $3,600 big ones for a full spread of breakfast and lunch and fabulous door prizes worth more than $15,000.
This is a Heisman Trophy helmet, actually signed by 28 Heisman Trophy winners. You can even see O.J. Simpson right there, Barry Sanders, Jim Plunkett.
Team names varied from Irish playing surfaces to breakfast cereals to, well, I'm not sure.
So round by round, it's going to tell me QB, running back, wide out, tight end.
The rules were explained and the strategies were set.
Running backs. All running backs.
We're going after the running backs. We got first pick. It's Priest Holmes. They can just put on the board now.
There was just one minor problem. The teams had time to do some last-minute strategizing because one player was late.
His name is Anthony Gargano.
Mr. Big Time coming in late.
That's right, the last person.
So I killed some time till Mr. Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio finally arrived.
Good to see you.
Scoopy and the others were looking for an explanation. Inquiring minds want to know, where the hell were you? Now that all the troops were assembled, the draft was finally underway.
All right, number 1 pick, Priest Holmes. Team 2, Thomason. All right, team 3. Armand Green. Armand Green. That's great.
The first round picks were a no-brainer.
Adrian James.
Randy Moss.
T.O. Peyton Manning.
Team 6, you're on the clock.
But as the draft lingered into the later rounds, the stress started to take its toll. It was apparent to everyone involved that a break was needed. Each of the 3 divisions is drafting at its own pace. It's not about speed, it's about making the right pick. One team may value a particular wide receiver where another one would value a certain running back. It's very subjective. But the one thing that all 3 divisions do share in common, they're dead serious. How's the draft going so far?
Don't bother me, dude. My pick's coming up.
Anthony, how's the draft gone?
Cuz, I'm drafting over here. You mind?
Okay. After some careful reflection, I've come to the conclusion that this isn't a draft, it's an addiction.
Easy now.
For Spotlight Fantasy Football, I'm Sean Murphy.